hurts. How's everybody doing tonight? Been a busy day. uh, Get on here and see how everybody's doing. I know it's pretty late. I don't know. Probably won't be a very long live. But figured get on here and see how everybody's doing real quick. Yeah, it's almost 10:30. Been kind of a busy day. What's everybody been up to today? Finally got a haircut. Hey Jamie, how you doing? Doing good, Joshua. How are you? How's everybody's Monday been? Not bad, just laying in bed. Yeah. I'll probably be there in an hour or so. Maybe a little more, maybe a couple hours. Got a notification finally. Yeah, I know how that is sometimes. Sometimes I get notifications, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I get the notification about, 95% of the way through a live video. But I haven't been on my phone a lot in the last few weeks anyway, so. Well, that sucks, Jamie. So no pizza making for you, huh?
What happened?
You got the Rona from Vegas.
Oh, that sucks.
Hey, just be glad that's all you got from Vegas, you know what I mean? Well, Joshua, I hope you do get some sleep tonight. You been feeling better?
Is he out of the hospital?
Yeah. Well, he got out of the hospital a few weeks ago.
I know, I haven't been on your lives.
Hmm?
I haven't really been on your
I
lives.
know. No, for a few days at least. Yeah. So there's people that leave Vegas with things that don't ever go away. So. That's what they say. What happens in Vegas don't always stay in Vegas. Just have a small cough. Yeah. Yeah, I know lots of people that have had it, and I mean, a lot of people have the same kind of symptoms, but they'll have different ones, and some people have completely different symptoms. He was back in for 2 weeks. So are you in the hospital right now then, Joshua? Is it your back again? I'm guessing, locked up this time. Hey Billingsley, how you doing? So Billingsley, I don't remember if you were on my last live or not, but we kind of decided that we're more than likely not going to really be going to any conventions this year. Um, we'll be at Missouri for sure, and I would like to either make it to the uh, one in Iowa or the one in Nebraska, but I'm not sure if I'll make it to either one of those either. But we will for sure be in Missouri. You just got out this morning. Well, it's good you're out, man. Fully vaccinated, but guess it don't matter. No, the vaccination don't really keep you from getting it. It don't keep you from spreading it either. it just makes it to where if you do get it, the symptoms are very mild. Yeah, it sucks because, I mean, the conventions are like one of my favorite parts about being in this business, about, getting to go see people, talk, meet a lot of my customers, stuff like that, but we just ain't got the money to do it this year. So, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know, I can't justify, forking out $1,000 to go to a convention. Yeah, Joshua, it's not just gas. I've had a lot of people that have already scheduled, like hotels that are telling me that the prices are 30-40% more than they were last year. Um, Food costs more. Just everything costs so much more. And I mean, last year was rough enough. I mean, I ain't got the money to do it this year. Especially like the NTA and stuff like that. Those ones are very expensive to go to. Yeah, Joshua. Last time I seen, we was at $3.98 for gas and $5.27 for diesel. Mm. I know our gas right now is $3.98, but it's still going up. So, and I haven't been towards Walmart in a couple days. So I mean, it could be over $4 now. I'm not sure. It's kind of ridiculous, but I don't know. It's one of those things. I love the conventions, but I'm still a very small guy, so I can't. I don't really have $1,000 to $1,500 to go to a convention and make $700. Like, so hopefully next year we will be a little more set and be able to go do all those things. It ain't wrong there, Blake. Ours at $4.95. Yeah. Say ours is still going. Yeah. Yeah, gas is definitely higher than I've ever seen it. That is for sure. Sam's Club and it was cheaper. Yeah. We have a gas station that's north of us. Their gas went up to $3.96, but they forgot to change the register inside, so it was still ringing up $3.88. Yeah, I don't think the owner was very happy about that one.
Afternoon.
Hey, Robs, how you doing? You must be in a crazy time zone if it's the afternoon now. Our afternoon surpassed us about 6 hours ago. Technically, it is afternoon. I mean, it's afternoon for another hour and 26 minutes. Then it'd be after midnight.
Why did you look at the microwave when your clock's on your phone?
Because you can't see it when you're live. I can see, like, when somebody comments, it'll say what time they commented, but like 10:36 is the last one I got. Hey, Braxton, how you doing? Appreciate y'all coming in here tonight. Yeah, definitely did. That's the thing. I mean, gas, they don't really make money on gas at all. So, 10 cents a gallon mistake, that could be pretty much all their profit. At that point, they're probably giving gas away. So,
One day I went in there, it was still like 360 something, and the sign said 380.
so even after they fixed it, was it Sunday after church? We stopped to get gas there, and the sign said 397, and I went to get gas, and the pump said 392. I was like, okay, works for me. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I'm gonna try to hit the closer ones, but I mean, I can't justify right now to drive, 12, 13, 14 hours to a convention. So, we might still hit some of the closer ones, like I don't know. I don't want to say it because then people expect me to be there, but I know a lot of the close ones we have here are, I mean, very, very small ones. And, I mean, you're not going to really go there. You're not going to get much exposure or make much money. So,
Oklahoma.
yeah, and that's the thing. There's so much tax on gas, it's ridiculous. That's what people don't understand. I'm like, that's why California gas is so much. It's taxes. It's not that the oil and stuff there costs more. It's all the stupid taxes. Every state keeps wanting to raise taxes. That's why they raise taxes on cigarettes, raise taxes on alcohol, raise taxes on gas, raise taxes on this and that and everything else. So I don't know. It's just crazy. Yeah, I've been gonna say, well, we will for sure be at Missouri. We might hit up one of the smaller ones, like maybe Oklahoma or Arkansas or something like that, because they're not too far away. But and see, like the NTA to get tables there, it was 105 a table, and you had to pay them by the end of May. They had to be completely paid for by the end of May, and if you couldn't make it, you didn't get your money back. And that's one of the things. It's like if the convention was right now, we whatsoever physically don't have the money to go, and I'm not guaranteed I would have the money, in 6 weeks, so or 8 weeks, whatever it is. So it's better off for me to just, not lose $300 and just say, I'm not gonna be able to make it. So it is what it is. Um, it's like I told my wife, if we're gonna save the money to go to one of the conventions that's farther away, I'd rather go to the one in Iowa or Nebraska. Because I really like the people that are at the Iowa one and the Nebraska one. And most of the people that, I'd like to, you know, talk with again and chat with again, I'll see in Missouri, so. But, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm hoping fur prices go up a little bit at the end of the year, but I really don't think they will. With everything going up, I mean, I think fur prices are going to go down. Because even with the fur buyers, I mean, it's going to cost them more this year than it did last year. So they're going to have to get the fur for less than they did last year. Which last year was not good at all. So, like, this year is just going to be a bust. And so, it is what it is. I know, and I've heard, who was it? I want to say it was Peterson's. I think that's the name. I might be wrong. But they said they were no longer going to carry trapping supplies. I don't know. I know a lot of things are changing right now. Mm, So, yeah, I finally got a haircut today. I've been needing one. I finally got the chicken pin today. Well, I finally got the chicken pin finished today, and we get the chickens outside in it, so they're not in the house no more. Today was a very busy day. I gotta take my dog to the vet tomorrow. I'm not sure what's wrong with her. I'm not even sure what that is, Jamie. The Flowbee? But my dog, I think, might have cancer. I'm not too sure. Not too sure what's going on with her. Whatever it is growing fast, so. I think I know what a Flowbee is, but I'm not gonna say it because I think I sound retarded if I'm wrong. I think it's that stupid, that self haircut thing from the 70s. Yeah. So that is what it is. Yeah. I figured people were buying those back during COVID. Yeah, Rob, I'm not sure what's wrong with her. We're gonna take her to the vet tomorrow. Um, hoping anything serious, but her side definitely looks like she's has a tumor. But I don't know if tumors really grow that fast. Because, I mean, right now it's like the size of a softball. And, like 4 days ago, she didn't have anything. So, and her eye, somebody told me it might be, was it like cherry eye? And I looked it up, and I mean, it looks exactly like that. So, I don't know, it could be. But I think it's more or less like some kind of infection, like a pus pocket, like a boil type thing. Yeah, or a cyst, Rob. Yeah, probably. That's what I think it is because, I mean, it grew to like a softball size in just like 3 or 4 days. And, like, the side that it's on, her stomach, is sagging down like 4 inches, as the other side is not. So, may have gotten snake bit, yeah. I don't know, because it's her side that swelled up like that, and then her eye. And it just, I don't know, to me, the two happening about the same time is kind of what confuses me. I'm hoping maybe it's just an infection that, we can just give her some antibiotics and she's good. Because I have antibiotics here that I can give her. So, I'm hoping it's not something that, it's going to cost $1,000 to fix or something. Because I ain't got the money for that. Because at first, when that thing on her side popped up, I was like, maybe it's, was a tick bite or something. And I don't know, and it kept growing and growing and growing. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I was looking and it said that, if it was, I can't remember what it's called. I've looked it up like 20 times. I can't even remember what it's called, but, it's basically like a fat tumor. And for them to like do a testing and then basically to pull they'll take a needle, stick it in the knot or whatever it is, and pull out a piece of the tissue and test it and all that. And I was kind of googling, and they said the average price range for that was like $300 to $600. Yeah, if it's something that's gonna cost hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, I mean, that's not gonna happen because I physically don't have that money. So, I mean, if I had $1,000, I would have, I'd have fixed my truck months ago. I mean, I obviously don't have money. So, I mean, my truck's been sitting in the driveway for over 5 months. So, yeah, it's one of those things. I hope it's nothing too serious or something like that. I think she's almost 6 years old. She's an outside dog. So I thought maybe a tick bite or something, but then like yesterday, her eye was just a little glassy. I was like, maybe, just allergies or something. But then this morning I went out on the porch to work on the chicken coop, and she was sitting on the porch, and I looked at her, and her whole face was swelled up, and her eye was real red. So, yeah. So, I don't know. It's one of those things, I mean, what do you do? But yeah, I mean, they make things they make things cost too much, like doctors and everything. It's like, I mean, doctors make a lot of money, but a lot of things just cost too much. I mean, an hour-long surgery can cost $50,000 to $60,000. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's more money than 80% of the world makes in a year. It's just, I don't know. And then to have insurance, that's $200-300 a month. I mean, not the average person can't afford insurance. And then if they do have to go to the doctor, they can't afford that. So, I mean, for me to go like see my heart doctor, just to go to the office and have them like read this thing is like $280. I got the money for that. So that's why I didn't go to the last one. I mean, it's like, I mean, why does it cost that much money? I'm there for 15 minutes, like 200, almost $300 for a 15-minute appointment. That's ridiculous. They don't even do nothing. They take a computer, hold it right there, pull it away, and they're done. It's like, uh, yeah, pretty much. It's crazy. Anything medical costs a fortune. I mean, everything. The sad thing is, nothing costs that much money to do or to make. Like, medicines, most of those cost pennies to make. I mean, a lot of those pills might cost 15 cents to make, and they're selling them for $30 a pill. It's just ridiculous. Well, with some people, pretty much. And pretty much. That's one of my old friends. He was a welder, and they were welding inside a feed bin. Him and two other guys. They were inside this huge feed bin that was like, I don't know, I think it was like 40 feet tall. And it was supposed to be shut off, non-operational, while they were in there welding. Well, while they was in there, they heard a noise, and they looked up. Somebody had turned the fan on inside the bin, and when that turned on, it took all the little, whatever you call it, the powder and stuff from the corn, and it started coming up. Well, that caused it to explode because, the welder inside there. So it blew up with them inside it, and they all three got, serious burns. Well, my friend, they ended up airlifting him from the farm to the nearest hospital, and just the helicopter ride was $220,000. Almost $250,000 for somebody that, you know, makes 70, 80 grand a year. Like, it's stupid. I understand a helicopter's expensive and crap, but almost $250,000, like, that is outrageous. So, if you catch like a heart problem or something and don't have insurance, you're pretty much dead. Because they won't help you if you don't have insurance. So, it's crazy. But, anyway, what's everybody got planned for this week? I'm going to try to go get dirt tomorrow. Yeah, built some raised garden beds to put our garden in. And I've been trying to get some dirt for the last 3 days. Hopefully I can get some tomorrow. Because I ain't had luck. Place I've been trying to get dirt. Seems like nobody's ever there. So, digging golden seal like a madman this week. Yeah. I've been working on the chicken pen for, I think I started on it, was it Monday last week, maybe? So I've been working on it for a week. And then we've been working on the raised garden beds. We worked on them last Tuesday and worked on them Saturday. We got them finished Saturday, but trying to get some dirt to fill them in. Not much. Been watching these two Toms showing their stuff. Sad. Hobbs, go for it. Hey, Internet Vet, how you doing tonight? Appreciate you coming in and chatting with us. Yeah, I finally got a haircut today. I've been needing one. Especially with all this stupid, crazy heat. Today wasn't near as bad as last week, but I bet we were still in the 80s today. Last week was crazy. I know Thursday, it was about 5 in the evening or close to it. The thermometer on the porch said 98, and it's shaded, so I'm going to say it was pretty much 100 degrees outside. I know I was working on the chicken coop. Everything I touched, was so hot it was like burning my hand. The tin was ridiculous. I poked a hole in my finger today. I took the toolbox off my dad's truck and I picked the lid up to put something inside it, and the lid came down, and the latch, the metal prong to the latch, just stabbed into my finger. And that felt great. Thinking about doing it again tomorrow, because it felt fantastic. Let's go ahead and do it to every one of my fingers, so they all match. Be timber chopping. Sounds awesome. You have any rattlesnakes up there, Dale? We had 20, but we're down to 19. Jamie, I'm good. You're more than welcome to, though. I'll give you $10 if you do. They're gonna be for eggs. Unless they're a-holes, then they'll turn into meat. So my wife, I said, if any of them turn out to be roosters, they're either going to be dinner or they're just going to be let out in the yard. So they'll either live and pick ticks or get killed by something. I don't know. But I don't want no roosters. I ain't trying to hatch my own eggs. So free piercing. That's a little more than a piercing. That's a castration. That's what that is. And I'm going to pass on that. That's for sure. So Jamie, the pizza contest, was the whole thing in one night? Or was it like a 2-night event? Hey Derek, how you doing tonight? Appreciate you coming in. 2 nights. Awesome. So was you guys able to do very much while you was there? Not that there's very much in Vegas that I would want to do. I don't even. I will never go to Vegas. So. I'll never go to Vegas or New Orleans. Ain't nothing there I need. A lot of pics of the lights. Yeah. I know a lot of people to go to Vegas. I know some that go every year. I'm like, I'm good. I ain't got no need to go to Vegas. I don't like the cities anyway. We used to go to Kansas City and St. Louis a lot when I was younger because we'd go watch the ball games. We'd always go watch the Cardinals. 11th place after him? Jeez. I can't even imagine what it costs to go to a ball game now. It was expensive 15 years ago. Derek, the Super Steaks are back in stock. I have not put them back in stock yet because the prices of them have went up a lot. The price of everything has gone up, but the price of those is ridiculous. Man, I'm not gonna go to Vegas to eat though. There's a lot of places around here I can go eat. I'm not a casino person or a drinking person or any of that, so. But a lot of trapping supplies have went up a lot. Jamie, how many contestants were there? Yeah, Wolf Fangs. Uh, I'm sure they're eventually going to go up too. I mean, everything's gone up. Um, I think I'm just going to go to. Most of mine are going to be. Just going to have like 10 foot of chain on them, and just wrap them around a tree. Cause I move spots a lot, so it'd be easier for me when I need to move, and I don't have to worry about um, trying to pull anchors and stuff off properties or anything like that. So yeah. So Jamie, that confused me. If you got a minute penalty, and you got a minute penalty and got 11th place. So there was 9 people that did worse than that. How did they even get there if that's, I mean, I don't know. Because if your time was in the 50 seconds, in the 50s, and they put a minute, and that makes it a minute and 50 something seconds. I mean, that's crazy. If there's people that are in the 40 and 50 seconds, and these people are in 2 minutes, I don't even understand why they would, like, fly them out there. Because, I mean, that's, like, not even the same ball game. Yeah, ground is super hard here, and we got a lot of rocks here. That's what tears a lot of our anchors and stuff up, is all the rocks. Final stop 4. So I think, because I thought about going to drags, but when I use drags, I just wrap the drag around the tree and then hook the chain. So I was like, why spend the money on the drag? I'll just use chain. And I'll use a split ring to connect the chain around the tree. I think that's what I'm going to do. There'll be a few spots where I need to set up away from a tree, and I'll use an anchor in that set, but for the most part, I'll just, wrap around trees. But I think wolf fangs are more of a disposable anchor than like a super steak is. I can't really remember what the price of the super steaks are now. It's 14 from USA and the rest was from Australia. Fun. But I guess unless the people that were like got 18th and 19th place, I guess maybe they just got maybe they could have just got 2 or 3 penalties and that's why their times were so bad. I don't know. I don't know much about speed making pizzas, so I wish I had a way to look that up. But a lot of trapping prices, tools and stuff like that have the prices have gone up a lot. Everyone's around 110. I see. That's crazy. Yeah, and before long I'll be in the it's 1 of 3 below 1 minute. That's awesome, Jamie. But before long I'll be in the shed making some more baits and lures. I just have these little side projects I need to get done, like the chicken pen and the garden, stuff like that. So once I get them done, I'll be making some more baits and lures and getting them stocked back up. I got my new hot sauce done last week too, and it is very hot. Very hot. It's not like the hottest out there, like it's nowhere near that, but for just a hot sauce, it's hot. Compared to your just like normal store bought hot sauces. Yeah, it's way hotter than those. Now I had to take a big shot of it. I ate a couple spoonfuls of it to check the temperature of it. I have some in my fridge. I was wanting my brother. Um, I'm gonna let him try it, see what he thinks. He hasn't got to try it yet. But he likes hot sauces. It's definitely got like a sweeter taste to it, but the heat kind of overpowers the sweetness. In Flatline. Hmm, never heard of it. It's made with 1 million Scoville unit pepper extract, along with some more peppers in it. Got it at the Pepper Palace. Remember I say it's not like any of those super crazy ones where people pay $50 for it, have one little dot of it, and then sits in the fridge for 18 years. It ain't any of those stupid ones, but it's one that you can still eat with food regularly. But um, like if you like to eat jalapenos often, and that's about all you do, it's definitely gonna be way too hot for you. Hey Judith and Dan, how you doing tonight? Appreciate you coming in here. Hope you're having a great day, great night. Tell you one thing, it is by far harder than anything you can buy at Walmart. Yeah, it's not. Let's say it's not just straight extract. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. I mean, there's a difference in, I don't know, like a lot of those Craving Capsaicin. I watch a lot of his videos, and he likes that, 10, 12, 15 million Scoville unit stuff. And he'll have that pure pepper extract that's like 12 million Scoville. He'll just put it straight in his mouth. I'm not all about that. Like, I'm not about just trying to see how much heat that I can handle. Like, I want something that's still where you can, put it on most of your meals and eat it, but something that's definitely going to make you want to have a drink while you're eating, you know what I mean? So, and this one's made with pineapple base, so it's got the sweeter taste to it. That's awesome, Judith and Dan. Yeah, I was trying to get some nuisance jobs around here, but kind of gave up. I mean, everybody's either wants you to just do it for free, or, that's basically it. Like, people all the time, hey, I got a raccoon that's getting in my trash, can you trap it? I'm like, yeah. And I kind of tell them how much it is. Oh, well, I don't want to pay to have it removed. It's like, well, then have somebody else do it, I guess. Because I'm not going to drive to your house, set a trap, and then come back tomorrow to get the raccoon. I mean, for free. Like, give me a break. So I kind of just, it is what it is. If I told my conservation agent he had, if anybody calls him needing help to give me a holler and I'll help him out. But other than that, I mean, I'm not gonna mess with it. People are cheap. Yeah, there's a lot of those hot sauces that are just they're made for the heat, and that's really the only point of the whole hot sauce is to be hot. That's like the have you ever heard of the bomb? It's stupid, stupid, stupid hot, but it has one of the most disgusting flavors. I've never had it, but I've watched lots and lots of videos of people eating it, and they all say the same thing. It's stupid hot and tastes horrible. It's because it's mostly pepper extract. There's no flavor in it. I mean, like, it doesn't have, like mine have grilled onions, let's see, grilled onions. Like the last one is pineapple based. It's got some lemon juice in it, some grilled onions, garlic. I mean, it's got a lot of different things in there, so it has a good flavor. But this last one, the heat, also kind of overrides the flavor of it. And if you've tried my Mexican style hot sauce, it's more of a flavor-based hot sauce with just a little bit of a kick to it, and it's thicker hot sauce. My new one is a lot more runnier, like a liquid consistency, but it's got a lot more heat to it. And I got a few other things that I'm working on. It's just I don't know. I feel like sometimes I got too much going on, to where I get I can't get this project done before I'm working on another one. Like I'm working a little here, a little there, a little here, a little there, a little here, and then it takes me a long time to get them all done. All right, Billingsley, I appreciate you coming in and chatting with us tonight. Hope you have a great night and good luck tomorrow. So, yeah. I can tell you my new hot sauce is definitely one you don't want to get on your lips. And it's definitely a hot that stays with you. Like it's not a heat that's hot for, you know, 20 seconds and then it goes away. I mean, it's one that you're going to feel for 10 minutes. I got some on my lips, and yeah, it sat on my lips for a very long time. Over 30 minutes. I could feel it on my lips. So if you haven't seen it, this is my Mexican style hot sauce. And this one's got a lot of flavor to it. That's kind of what this one. This one's based more on flavor. And this is the Blakely's Pineapple Death. I put the hot labels on there. And then all the warnings. And then the ingredients there, of course. So, yeah. This is definitely one that will probably last a while in your fridge. This is one that you're going to want to put half the bottle on every one of your meals. This one, to me, I absolutely love this. This is more of like a... it's got, it doesn't have a ton of heat, but it's definitely got a kick to it. It's something you could, like, just cook your, like, taco meat in or something. Instead of using, like, taco seasoning and everything, just use that hot sauce. Pour half a bottle in with a pound of your meat and just cook it, like, It's one would go best with chili. The Mexican one here is definitely, it's got, like, a, how do you want to say it? Almost like a taco slash enchilada flavor to it. So if you're wanting to, if you don't mind adding that flavor to it, that would be a really great one because it's got just a little bit of a hit, a little bit of a heat kick to it. This one is pineapple based, so it's going to be a little sweeter. And this one's got a lot of heat to it. But if I was going to add to chili, I think it would be the Mexican style one. Especially, now if you're just going to put it in your own bowl of chili, you could definitely go with this one, but I wouldn't want to make the whole pot with that because not everybody is going to want that hot of chili, if you know what I mean. I don't know. Oh, Jamie, awesome. I appreciate it. I'll get them sent out to you tomorrow. uh, the new episode of Trapping Across America that aired Sunday was uh, my phone's going off like crazy. Didn't know it was on the very last page. You should be able to go to categories, and it'll be under Blakely Seasonings. But the episode of Trapped Across America TV that aired yesterday, uh, he did a really cool part of like unboxing one of my subscription boxes and talking about the seasonings and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. Uh, it was that episode definitely had about 5 minutes or so that was really focused on me and my business, and I thought that was pretty cool. Internet vet Fleming, you have uh, Fleming is the only person that sells Fleming traps. Um, you might find a couple. There might be a couple like mom and Paul type shops that maybe order stuff from Fleming. They might have them, but as far as online, Fleming is the only place I know of, and I've looked at 20, 30 different trapping businesses, stores, and Fleming's the only one I know that sells any Fleming traps. That's awesome, Judith and Dan. Do you watch that show on TV? Almost had to buy a bunch of stuff trying to find it. Man, use the categories drop down box. I keep everything in its own little category, so it's easy to find. Um, I definitely recommend category. I mean, any of my stuff, any of my baits, lures, seasonings, hot sauces, and all that will be under BT Supplies, Baits and Lures. If you're just wanting the hot sauces and seasonings, it'll be under Blakely Seasonings, and then I'll have BTS Supplies merchandise, and that'll have like my shirts, my hoodies, my hats, my koozies, beanies, everything else on there. So, which I still have quite a bit of. I still have a lot of merchandise. I have enough to probably do a couple of conventions without even having to order any. I got a couple $1,000s in merchandise, anyways, at least. I ordered a bunch last year that was supposed to be done. Let's see here. Before. It's supposed to be done before the Nebraska convention. And most of it I didn't get until we had already went to the Iowa convention, which was the last one we did. So that kind of sucked, but because I mean most of the merchandise your sale is going to be at the convention, so that's awesome, Judith and Dan. I appreciate you. Appreciate it. I know Scab will definitely like it. I should send him a Wolf Creek 1.5. Am I looking though? It gave me an idea of things to buy here in a month. Yeah, there's always things you look at and it's like, oh, I could use that. I still do that. I'm always like, man, I need more traps, or I need this, or I need that. And I know Internet Vet, the only place I know that I've seen that has the Blake and Lamb was Sterling Fur. They don't rust. What are they made out of? Or are they powder coated? Like the No BS? No BS. No BS powder coats everything. They powder coat all their traps, all their tools. Kendall just, he powder coats everything he makes. Even the trap puller is powder coated. The drivers, I mean everything. Galvanized. Uh-huh. Carbon. Oh, that's cool. I've never personally used any Fleming traps. I thought about ordering a few of their dog proofs once. Give them a try. But, I don't know. I like to try stuff, but it's also the thing, like, if I get a trap and I try it and I don't like it, I want to get rid of it. Like, I don't want to just have it sit there and stare at it. I want to get rid of it. I would rather replace it with a trap I'm going to use. That's why those Duke 650s, I loved them. So uh, I kept all my Duke 650s, all my Duke number 2 dogless, and I kept my Alpha trap. And I kept my Bridger number 3 dogless. And I got rid of everything else. No, I don't have any Wolf Creek. I almost became a dealer for him last year, but he's kind of hard to get hold of sometimes. And at the time I was trying to become a dealer, he didn't have very many traps in stock. And then I talked to one of my friends that owns another trap supply company, and he was a dealer for him. And he said that he was going to stop carrying his traps because he could never get a hold of them. So that kind of just made me not want to do it. You know what I mean? And I had a Wolf Creek number 2 dogless, and I hated it. I hated it. Jake Trap and the CDR. And I still haven't got to try any of Kendall's uh, Canine Extremes. And I want to I want to at least get a half a dozen, either Extremes or the Juniors, or maybe 3 of each. Get them and try them out. There's a lot of traps I want to try out. Yeah, I know. I've heard from a few people that, like the 1.5s, they say the 1.5s are really, really nice traps. But like the number 2 that I got, I mean, it was so, like, you could make them nice traps, but you'd have to put a lot of work into it. I mean, you get a $6 trap and you got to put $5 a trap worth of work into it. So, I mean, by the time you have a good trap to use, you could have just bought something else. I mean, because what I didn't know until after I had already bought it and used it and lost the kayak using it, somebody's like, well, you have to bend the eyes of the jaws and then weld the tips. I'm like, I've never heard of that, and I don't want to have to do that. Like, I don't want to have to get a trap and feel like I have to do a whole bunch of work to it to use it. And also, you can't change the pan tension on them unless you like basically file off uh, the back of the pan pretty much. You have to like file it almost completely off to be able to change the pan tension, and that's kind of crazy to me. You want the Beaver Extremes? Yeah, I know some people that have used them and they love them. From what I hear, as far as beaver traps, the Beaver Extremes, the No BS Beaver Extremes, and the TS85 are like the two standout traps. Like the Bridger number 5 used to be a really good one, and I know a lot of people still use them, but they've kind of been taken over by the Beaver Extreme, the TS85. So, then again, there's a lot of, uh, whatever somebody prefers, personal preference. Like I know Dale likes using the number 3 Bridgers. Some people like using the Duke 650s. Some people like using the MB 750s. Like, there's a personal preference, but I feel like as the broad range, like the TS85 is the number 1 and the Beaver Extreme is the number 2. That's what I get from about everybody and everything I see and what I read. That's what I think as far as people using nowadays. And like the Duke 850, I hear from a lot of people I think it's just a bit too much. Like they're harder to set and they're too strong. That's what I get from a lot of people. So I don't know. Like I said, I mean, it is what it is. It's a lot of it's just personal preference, what you prefer. Hey, Adventures with James, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. What's everybody think about these labels? Not the hot label, the yellow label. You guys think those look good? I make all my own labels. I don't order from anywhere. I make my own labels, design them and print them myself. Easy to set and lock up solid. The Duke 50 are hard to set, but I'm running them too far. Yeah, that's what I get from a lot of people. That the Duke 850 is just too much. Even Trapper Jay's said that it's a bit too much, and he uses mostly the TS85s. Awesome internet vet. And I've had a lot of compliments for the name, Blake's Pineapple Death. And was like, I like that name, and I'm like, that's good because I was right on the verge of whether it was a good name or whether it was cheesy. So I wasn't too sure. But it seems like most people like it, so. I got a couple different products that I'm working on. I got a fishing lure spray that I'm working on. I got it. I got a few people testing it, and then I got another seasoning that I'm working on, and another lure that I'm working on. I'm not exactly sure when I'll have the lure done. It might be a little bit. It might even be closer to fall before I really get it done to where I can send it out and have it tested. For what species? Um, for most of your just like bass and stuff like that. I mean, it's not going to be for like sea fishing or it won't be for trout or anything like that, but your basic bass and stuff like that. I got a few people that are testing it for me right now. They'll kind of let me know what it really kind of worked for, what it didn't. So that question's a to be determined kind of thing. I know what it will work for, but it's also what else will it work for. And if you guys are, I don't know how many of you are fishers, but if any of you are looking for some new fishing plastics to use, mostly bass, check out my website. I got a company, Motivated Fishing Lures. It makes a lot of plastics. They're all hand poured, handmade, and they're awesome. Kind of a local company. He's not like super local, but he's not too far from me. I used to carry his fishing baits when I had my outdoor store, and I started carrying them again. I also have a few custom colors that are uh, Blakely's colors. Fishing unit well, You're good, James. I know how life is, man. I've been so busy lately that I haven't even thought about going and doing anything that I really want to do. It's all been work, 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 and we're just now really starting to get back into the normal rhythm of my dad passing and dealing with all that. There's still a lot of things that we're doing, but finally starting to get back into a normal rhythm, I guess. I don't know how you'd say it, but starting to get back to more of a normal thing. It's where I can get more things done. That's awesome, Judith and Dan. That's awesome. Is this something that you're hoping to have available for next beaver season? Yeah, I got your note. The mystery box will go out. It'll either be Thursday or Friday. And the traps should be going out tomorrow. So you'll have the traps by the end of this week. And the mystery box you'll have next week. I got a all around question for you guys. Kind of a what is your uh, preference or 2 cents? What do you think about relocating nuisance animals like raccoons or possums and stuff like that? So, because I feel like some people get, I don't know, there's some people it's like they think they absolutely have to relocate everything they catch. nuisance wise, because it's the ethical thing to do. But I'm kind of curious, like what are your opinions to it? Because I've always kind of thought, like, in my opinion, if someone calls you saying, "Hey, I have a raccoon that's in my attic or in my basement or getting in my trash or trying to kill my chickens, can you come trap it?" And you say yes, and you come and trap it, and you take it 10 miles away or whatever and let it go. In my opinion, I feel like, okay, that raccoon was in someone's attic. So he's going to want to get in someone else's attic because he liked it there. It was warm and he liked it. That's how I feel. So I feel like you're just taking one problem and making it another person's problem. So, and I mean, if you look up any animal, animals know their homes and they know how to get back to their homes. Even dogs, I mean, there's people I've heard of people, dumping their dogs 10 miles away and their dog will find their way home a day or two later. Uh, I've heard stories about, people relocating like raccoons and stuff, and it ain't 2 or 3 days later and they're right back to where they were. Probably just small batch made and probably given away to friends of the channel. That's awesome, Judith and Dan. 2 days for you, yeah. Just make it someone else's problem. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Yeah, internet vet, that's kind of what my thought is, but oh yeah, another internet vet, and it's like I seen somebody on Facebook today that trapped some raccoons in someone's house. They trapped 5 babies. They didn't get any of the big raccoons, they got 5 babies. And they took the babies out in the woods and relocated them. In my opinion, there's like a 90% chance they're not going to survive because they're baby raccoons. So it's like you're just, I don't know. I don't understand it. I try not to get in too many arguments with people, but some people blow my mind with the way they think. Yeah, animal has a disease. And see, in most states, it is illegal to relocate animals, and it's illegal to, let's say, travel with a live animal. So, I don't know. That's just kind of my thoughts. I seen a post today on Facebook, and it just, I don't understand it in my opinion. But it is what it is, I guess. People can do whatever they want, I reckon. It's their life. I don't know. It's like, I think you have to have special permits for to get credit union. Yeah. Do many of you know who? I'm sure most of you know who Alan Probst is. If anything, I think you'll know him from Trapper Jay's YouTube channel, because he was on a few of his videos, and I think he did a live with Trapper Jay also. Alan Probst with North American Trapper. There was a guy, let's say it's like 2 nights ago, that was just going off on him. and talking about how, like, I don't really want to get into it, but he was like just going off on him about supporting Duke and how Allen does a lot for Duke. He was going off on Allen about, uh, he was saying that he was supporting China and how he wasn't a true American because he supported a company that supports another country. And I just, I don't know, it blew my mind because I don't get in the trapping industry why so many trappers will run down other trappers because of the way they do something or the brand of something they use or this and that. And I see it on Facebook a lot, specifically Facebook. I see a lot of that going on, especially with the brand of something. And I don't understand it. Yeah, I've got to meet Alan a couple times. He's an awesome guy. Got to talk to him quite a few times too. I just talked to him the other day. Well, Saturday. I was actually talking to him about the guy that was going off on him basically. He's talking. And I don't know, it's hard for me to say anything, especially on like Facebook. It's hard for me to comment on anything or have an opinion because people know me and they know the Blakely Strapping Supplies. And I'll start, like, if I make a comment, it won't be 3 or 4 minutes, and I'll start getting messages from different people. You know, why'd you say this? Why'd you say that? This makes you look bad. You shouldn't do this as a business, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, come on, people. Like, I'm still me. Like, I still have opinions. You know, I don't know. And I made a couple comments on Alan's post Saturday about that guy, and I'd had a few people message me about some of my comments, and I just a lot of times I don't get it and I don't understand it. Uh, and I know in the trapping industry there's a lot of like, if you want to call it the cliques, like there's certain people that get along with certain people and they stick together and they don't want anybody else inside their circle or their clique. So, and if you say anything that even somewhat kind of goes to one of them, they all just like come down on you, and it's like, I don't know, I don't get it. Sometimes I don't fully understand a lot of the people in the trapping industry. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, James. I mean, I've seen many different sides of the trapping industry, and there's a lot of really good ones. There's a lot of really good people. A lot of really good things happen, but there's also a lot of really bad things that happen. Yeah, and that's what I tell him, you know. One of my comments was talking about Bill Duke and how he does a lot for the trapping industry and how he does a lot more for the trapping industry and the trapping community than a lot of the other trapping manufacturers. Well, that comment that I made had quite a few people messaging me about how I needed to watch myself, basically. Needed to be careful with what I said, and I needed to watch myself. Uh, so, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I know. And I mean, Bill Duke's a great guy. I mean, it's like I was saying, I've seen Bill Duke do a lot of things for the community that a lot of the other people don't do. It's like, yeah, I know Bill Duke, he don't trap. He don't really have trapping knowledge because he's not a trapper. I mean, he's not the one that started Duke Traps. Like, he's, I don't know, I say, because I mean, Duke's been around longer than me. So, but I mean, he's made a lot of, and the quality of the Duke Traps have changed a lot. And it's like, I don't know, and what a lot of people don't get is like, our fur market right now is at least 70 to 80% dependent on China. It's like, regardless of what you think, I mean, you look at what happened this year. This last season, the start of the season, the fur prices were looking pretty good. Well, then come December, or it's like the end of November, middle of December, China said that they wasn't going to buy any fur from us. Well, that automatically just dropped the whole fur industry. Hey, Set on Sign, how you doing tonight? Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, the Pro Series traps are great, and that's kind of what I tell people. And yeah, they are made in China, they are made overseas, but he prices them right. Like, there's a lot of people that have their traps made overseas, and they charge the same as everybody else, if not more. So it's like, I mean, at least their prices are very, very reasonable. A lot of times I'll straight up, like, most of the time I recommend Duke traps because, for one, they're way more affordable. I like a trap that holds an animal. Mine doesn't really matter to me that much, yeah. And I have a lot of friends that are bait and lure makers. I have a lot of friends that are trap manufacturers. I have a lot of friends that make trapping tools and this and that, and they're all great. I mean, they're great products, great people, and I don't get how one person can use this and then just treat other people like crap because they don't use the same thing he does or they don't believe the same thing he does. I can understand disagreeing and stuff like that, but the way some people treat other people is crazy. If I could change one thing in the trapping industry, it would be that. It would be that people would treat other people better. Treat people with the same respect that you want from people. So, I don't know. I can tell you one thing. There's definitely a dark side to the trapping industry. Like, once you get into the companies, the businesses and stuff like that, there is a huge dark side that a lot of people don't know about. It's one of those things you don't know about until you are a part of it, and then it's like, oh boy, he wearing Nike sneakers and complaining that Duke Traps made in China. So, yeah, and the same people wearing Carhartt. Carhartt's not made in America. Carhartt's made overseas. There's so many things that people just assume are made in America, and it's not. John Deere, most of John Deere tractors and stuff are made overseas. Case tractors are owned by Fiat, which is a company based overseas. People don't understand that. They just assume everything is made in America. Yeah, and I mean, it's just like Bridgers. Bridgers aren't made in America. Dukes aren't made in America. Z traps aren't made in America. Bilal traps are not made in America. It's like there's a lot of brands that people love that are not made in America. And even like on the Minnesota Trap Line, if you go look at the MBs, it says our traps are made with American parts as much as possible. Sometimes they're sourced out to use foreign parts. So you don't really know if you're getting a fully American made trap or not. So, I don't know. You know, most of the stuff that we have, most of the stuff that we have is not made in America. I mean, our gas is not from America. So, I don't know. Even handmade things in America like this pen. I bought this pen at a trapping convention. The guy handmade it. But guess what? This part, the pen part, it's made in China. I mean, that's just the world we live in. So I don't know. I don't get the whole made in America argument. Like, I get it, and I, I get it, and I appreciate where a lot of people are coming from, and I try to support small businesses and American businesses, but I would rather support just small businesses than I would American made companies. You know, I would rather support a mom and pop shop that has most of the stuff made overseas than I would a large corporation that's in America. Because there's a 90% chance that at some point their stuff isn't going to be made in America. They're going to have to outsource something to keep up, anyways. So, I don't know. That's just my opinion. It is what it is. So ain't nobody got much going on this week. I know Billingsley said he's going to the woods to dig up roots and stuff. We're hopefully going to get the gardens done tomorrow. We're supposed to get some storms the rest of the week, so hopefully I can get that done. Alright, James, I hope you have a good night. Have fun at work. I hope it isn't too terrible. So hopefully I'll be able to get to making some baits and lures soon. Get the bottling up, get a stockpile. Like I said, I won't be going to very many conventions. Missouri might possibly be the only one we go to this year. So that's definitely gonna hurt because uh, that's where we got a lot of our. That's where we got our name out a lot last year. I got to meet a lot of people last year that helped me out. Got to get a lot of connections and stuff, and it's definitely gonna hurt to not have that this year. But I'm gonna make the most of it. But as far as this week, like I said, got to get the garden done. Hopefully, figure out what's wrong with my dog tomorrow. And stuff like that, pretty much. But anyway, it is now midnight, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. Appreciate everybody coming on and chatting with me tonight. I'll catch you on the next one. Hope you all have a great night and a great rest of your week. I will go live again this week. Not sure when, but we'll do another one at some point this week, at least one. So, Appreciate y'all coming in, and I'll see you guys in the next one.